we starting herbaceously? Herbaceously?
Be honest with your kids.
Yeah, man.
Find something that works for you and your family.
That's why I'm not going to do Santa Claus.
Yeah, to each. My wife wants to do. So I'm listening to you about not being rigid because it's important to my wife. I don't care as much, but my parents did it to me and I'm fine. Yeah. And I never did resented my parents, but we did it for like 3 years.
I mean, I'm not sitting here judging other people for doing it.
Yeah, but you guys don't want to do it. That's fine.
Yeah. It's just personally, from my perspective, it feels like being dishonest and like misleading to your kid. And I don't like that. But I understand the idea of like it's fun and lighthearted fun, holidays, Santa Claus and everything. Yeah. So I'm not sitting here saying you're doing it wrong. It's just that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think there's a healthy balance in between on how, like I said, how you do things. So with the Santa Claus thing, it's like I could totally not do it and be perfectly fine. But you can do it in a way where it just promotes a little bit of imagination for a couple years. Kids believe in things, and there's a magic behind it, and they get to be a little more innocent. I do think there is some benefit in having your kids be a little innocent for a couple extra years because, have you heard that argument too? I mean, it doesn't have to be Santa Claus.
But that's a bad argument.
What do you mean? Just
believing in
I said it doesn't have to be Santa Claus.
So if they don't believe in Santa Claus, they're not going to be innocent.
That's not what I said.
They're not going to have imagination.
You didn't hear what I said, did you? You just picked one thing you wanted to listen to. No, I said this is an element where they can have imagination in this element. You don't have to do Santa Claus. They can have imagination in other things. We have imagination as adults into video games, into some stuff.
You're telling the kid that it's real. So is it imagination if you're telling them that it's real?
I mean, they believe it's real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is that imagination though? If you're telling a kid that it's real?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Because imagination is creativity. It's, you know what I mean? It's like being able to, like, for instance, like read a book and enter into a fantasy world and imagine. But if you're telling somebody that's real and then later on you tell them that actually we told you that it was real, but actually it's not real, how is that fostering imagination? It almost seems like it would hinder the imagination because then it's like, oh, I thought it was real, but now it's not.
I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but there's so much proof that doesn't happen anyway because so many people believe in Santa for a couple years, it goes away, and they're not hindered in any way about it. So it's like, I get what you're saying, but it's also, sure? I mean, from personal experience, I believed in Santa until I was 4 or 5 years old, and my parents said, oh, he wasn't real, and I was starting to believe. I was like, yeah, I was starting to think he wasn't. You know?
But you also see, just from a Christian perspective, you see a lot of people leaving the church when they get older, and it could be inbred in them in a little bit to where their parents told them about Santa. Their parents also told them about God. So if Santa wasn't real, then God might not be real.
No, because I mean, you can argue that, but it's also about how you live your life. So if you live your life in God and believing, and that's how you structure your life in, versus one time a year Santa gave you a gift. You're looking at, I mean, I get your argument, but it's also not even on the same caliber of.
But parents are to teach their kids helpful things about God, about life, about the world. But if some of that information is lies and not true, then from a kid's perspective, you might not realize the ramifications, but later on their anchor in to what is true and not might be, and what, because you see a lot of this rebellion. And what if part of the rebellion of teens from parents and like going to college and just completely rebelling against what their parents, always having this idea that what their parents taught was wrong and what the college professors taught was right. Maybe some of it, part of it, all of it. It's hard to prove, but what if part of it is rooted in the fact that their parents lied to them about Santa?
I think you're right. I think it's more than that though. Like, I don't think you're wrong. I get what you're saying.
Well, so I'm saying that because you said that there's proof that it doesn't hurt, but I'm saying that there might be proof that it does hurt.
But if parents are also telling their kids about Santa and not teaching them about life and lying and not telling about listen to me because I said so argument and all this kind of stuff that we've had conversations about, there's a difference between letting someone imagine for a couple years and then like telling them, it's like, yeah, we just want, it was a fun thing that my parents did and we wanted to do it for you guys. And then once you guys get old enough, it's the magic kind of goes away. And then, that's what my parents did. And, right. And I mean, like, maybe it's depending on the kid.
And then once you get old enough and you're in college, the magic of believing in God goes away.
It didn't for me. Didn't for my wife.
I know.
Didn't for a lot of people.
But there's a lot of people that does happen. We don't know the root of it. I'm just saying, what if part of the root of that is rooted in the lies of Santa?
I think that is like a small fraction. I get what you're saying, but I think it comes down to the way you parent, the way you communicate with your kids, how you with. Right. I think it's. So, I don't think it's one thing. I think it's 1,000 things put together.
But what if that is one element in that 1,000 that? Yes, if you do a lot of the other things really well, it's not going to hinder. But what if it's a possibility to hinder that if you eliminate it, it gives you a higher probability of staying faithful to believing in God? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe I'd have to see some like statistics on it because from my experience, it doesn't make any sense.
So that's the thing about this. It is you can't bring it down to statistics either way.
Yeah.
Because you were saying that there's proof that it isn't that way, and I'm saying that
there's proof that it isn't.
I'm saying there's no way to prove it.
That's true. I guess you would have to just be a good parent and figure out how your kids are. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I just approach it from a logics perspective. Personally, is like I don't want the possibility of my kids being like, well, if my dad was dishonest with me about Santa. He says that God exists, but maybe that's kind of the same, you know? Like, what if the whole Santa thing, and I'm just speaking, I'm speaking in hypotheticals.
Yeah.
What if the whole Santa thing is kind of a thing to put doubt in people's minds? And I'm not saying this is for sure, but Santa Claus used to be about this saint.
Yeah.
But now it's become this weird thing that we teach our kids that they're getting it's become this, it's morphed into this whole thing. What if part of that is subversion towards trusting your parents and what they say?
I don't know. I just think it depends on how you do it. I mean, like I said, I 100% understand what you're saying, but I mean, like, I'm just thinking, how I know how I'm going to do it. And it's different from how you're explaining it. Like I said, my parents didn't like say, oh, he's 100% real in there. They're like, oh, Santa got you a gift. My dad would eat the cookies. It was fun. And then like we were all like getting older, and then they just told us, they're like, yeah, you know, we've always gotten you guys a gift. It was a fun thing that, you know, it's a festive thing. And then we're like, oh, okay, because we were starting to get to the age where we would understand. My parents were super communicative with us, very honest about everything, and it was just like so young. It didn't affect us. Maybe it affects other people. You know, it could be maybe that step that if you continue down that and then it can snowball, I guess. It would probably depending on the kid.
And if you also view life as a set of probabilities, for instance, public school isn't a guaranteed probability that your kid's going to come out
intelligent.
It also is not public school can have a real negative impact on kids, but it's not a guarantee. There's a probability set, right? So if you look at homeschooling versus public schooling, it's not a guarantee that homeschooling is going to make your kid amazing. Now, probability-wise, it's more likely if you do homeschooling well as opposed to public schooling well. It's more likely as a homeschooler that you'll come out better because there's a higher probability in public school that they could get in with the wrong crowd and have some bad experiences, and there's more probability of negatives
than positives.
And so if you look at it at a probability standpoint, from that perspective, I think homeschooling has a better probability.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
There's also the possible if you do homeschooling wrong that they won't be, social. You know what I mean?
There's also a possibility of your kid just naturally learning from other people than you. So like you'd have to, I think everything's depending when it comes to raising kids. It's so versatile. It's not every cookie cutter.
It is.
One thing I was actually just brought me about the Santa thing. Now this is not like a fact or anything, but like also you could look at it the other way where being able to believe in something that you can't see can also increase the chances of maybe believing in God more wholeheartedly if you have that instilled in you as a young age. Not seeing Santa, not being able to believe in it. It's a simpler concept than God.
I think that would shoot down belief because later on you found out that it wasn't true.
Well, your parents told you in a specific way and communicated the way it works.
But then it ends up not being true.
So, but they were able to, they understood the idea of belief at a young age and
Can't you just do that with God and not Santa?
You could do that with God. I'm not saying anything's good or bad. I'm just saying it's the way you do it is important. You can get benefits in things, even if you don't agree with it. Someone can get benefit from it. Just because you don't think that you can doesn't mean someone else won't. So it depends.
I don't see that though. Like if you look at the psychology of a child looking to the parent, trying to learn everything about the world, the parent's telling you that Santa's real, then they believe in Santa. Then years later, they find out that their parent was lying to them so that they don't believe in Santa, but then so their belief is shot down.
Yeah, but that's assuming that the parents are very distant and they're not involved in their life a lot.
Even if they are involved in life, like how would a child not, even if they don't realize it, how would that not put a little bit of doubt in their mind about like whether or not God exists? Because they're hearing from their parents that God exists.
I'm just telling you from experience. Everyone's different. My parents did that with me. They communicated it with me. They loved me so much, and they just told us it was a fun thing. And then once you guys get old enough, it's not fun anymore. And I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like it's not. I mean, like maybe some kid may not be good for them. I don't know, but I know so many people that believed in Santa the first couple of years. They're all perfectly fine and they believe in God. And
are they?
I don't know. Maybe me, my wife, we're all strong believers. We believed in Santa for a couple years.
A lot of people like just when they go to college, they just completely like write off their parents.
Yeah, okay, but here's the difference in argument of what we're kind of going at here. You're not wrong on what you're saying. What I'm telling you is I'm someone who did believe in Santa for a couple years, and none of that has happened to me. So I think Santa can go down that road. What you said, that makes sense.
Right.
But I think it's such a small thing that it has to be added to other layers of parenting. If someone believes in Santa and is very communicative with their kids, I don't think anything's going to happen. Now, if you are believing in Santa and your parents are listen to me because I said so, or in this not communicative, they don't spend time with their kids' lives, then it starts to go down this cynic route. I think that is more of what it is. You can argue, don't tell your kids Santa. That's fine. It's all perspective of what you want in your life.
If it's a fun thing,
that's what it was. That's what it is.
That's fine.
It's supposed to be.
But there's no, I don't see any benefit.
No, not really.
I don't think it's going to foster. I don't see the fostering faith thing. I don't see that was a stretch. I don't see the imagination thing. If it's just a fun thing, that's fine.
I mean, it would depend on the person. I could see somebody, enjoying like the fantasy element of it and harnessing a little bit more imagination when they're younger, but I could also see that not happening too. Like, I mean, it depends on the person.
Yeah. So the whole imagination thing is though it's always clearly not the real world, and you know it, and you still enter into it. That's what imagination is. Yeah, but also entering into Harry Potter.
Yeah,
knowing that it's not a real world. However, you still enjoy imagining it.
Yeah.
So,
but for some people, being young and being able to find the enjoyment in believing in something, then maybe they get an itch for that belief system, even though they realize it's not real. Now they get into books. Now they get into imagination. I'm just psychology breakdown. That doesn't mean it's 100%, but it could be a catalyst for some people to find that enjoyment of that imagination.
But it's not imagination if you believe it's real.
Well, if you believe it's real, then you're imagining things that you can't see. It's still an element of imagination. It's not truth, but you can't see it and you're believing in it. So you're thinking of getting a gift from Santa or whatever. Like, you're still imagining something, and it's a fun element if your parents do it correctly. It's fun. Fun is good. You find out this imagination thing or this belief is a fun thing that your parents do for a month or for like a couple weeks, mm-hmm. Like you get that festiveness, that some might enjoy,
Yeah. I look at it at a probability standpoint, and I don't want the probability. I see there being potential more. And they're slight. I'm talking slight.
Yeah, like super.
But
slight.
I see more slight potential for negatives than positives.
Yeah.
Because there's other ways to do the imagination. There's other ways to do the festive, and there's other ways to teach your kid how to believe, without. But again, it's all preference, and I'm not judging.
Oh, I know you're not.
We're just talking about.
For sure. I mean, there's no hostility here. It's just more of a trying to get you to see how some people don't. It's not as big. It's not as big as a deal as some people might think if you are a good parent and are able to communicate with your kids, because there's just something fun about being able to have fun, And if you teach it that it's fun, and you can have fun other ways.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
a
lot of the arguments like you and Christy brought up, I'm like, there's other ways to do imagination.
So here's the thing. Think of my brain. I don't care about Santa. My wife does. So I'm thinking about what she thinks, and I know Santa's not going to affect my kids. I don't care about Santa. I'm a logical person, but my wife wants it. And I'm 100% sure I can do it and not have my kids affected because my parents did it. You can be so honest with your kids. If you were to do Santa and raise them the same way, your kids would be perfectly fine, and you know they would. Yeah, you know they would.
Not necessarily.
You're like 99.9% sure.
I'm not convinced.
Really? You think that if you're not communicating with your kids?
There's a deep-rooted feeling in my heart that I could not... It's one thing to playfully say that Santa gave you your present, but they know Santa's not real. That's one thing. But saying that Santa is real and deceiving, I just can't do that. I can't.
I get that.
I can't do that.
I understand that.
I wouldn't be able to. It would feel wrong for me.
Yeah, to each his own, you know? I mean,
and that's fine if you guys are fine with that.
Well, the thing is, if my kid asks me, is he really real, Dad? I'd be like, I'm not saying I'd be all like,
see, that's fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of parents don't do that. They affirm, yes, he's real.
That's not good parenting. That's my argument.
But so many parents do that.
Yeah, but we're not arguing about parents.
We're arguing. Is Christy gonna do that too?
I mean, probably not. I mean, I doubt she's gonna hard lie to her children. She doesn't like doing that. Well, she wants them to believe in Santa for a little bit, but if they figure it out at some point, we're not gonna hard lie to them.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I don't know why anyone would do that though.
Again, I didn't grow up believing in Santa. So my view of people believing in Santa is their parents straight up lying to them.
That's like the movie versions. I guess some people do it. Some people are really hard on it.
I met a lot of people that were like, we know some people. Yeah. But I mean, that's extreme. You know me, I'm not going to do anything like that. I don't agree with a lot of that system, but I mean, like, I can at least understand the festive enjoyment in letting your kid believe in that for a little bit. To me, it's just like, but like I said, if he's like, Dad, is Santa real? I'll be like, don't tell your mom, but she likes it. That kind of thing. It's just, it's fun, but it's not deceitful. You can do it in a fun, festive way. And like I said, if you're involved in your kids' lives and you're super honest and you're super involved, if your kid has like negative feelings towards you because of the Santa, you're doing something else wrong besides just the Santa. You did the Santa thing wrong, but you also did a lot of other things wrong. If your kids no, not potentially. If your kid says, you lied to me, it's not lying because you should have been honest with them if they asked in the first place. What if, though, I'm just saying hypothetically, a certain kid, right? Because kids are different. Some kids completely unaffected. Another kid really takes it to heart and is like very contemplative about it, and just like, my parents were telling me that, or at least leading me on that this was real, and now it's not. And even if they don't, it just plants a seed of doubt in their heart, and then later on it just kind of grows into something different. I just hypothetically, like, I could see that being an issue.
I could see that being an issue, but I feel like that's additive to other things as well, like I've been saying. Because like, if you are so honest with them and everything, and you just say it's a belief thing, it's like rather there's something in that kid's brain that's different than normal people, being able to rationalize, and you should be able to adapt to your children. If they're a little autistic or something, you should probably not do Santa Claus. Like, you have to be able to adapt with your kid. But I mean, like, if your kid has animosity towards you, even though you're so involved and so loving, and you let a festive
it might not even be animosity. It might just be because they still love you and everything or whatever, but it just might be like a little like, all right, it might not even be animosity. It could be a seed of doubt that, like, not everything my parents say is true, and I love them, and I just can't trust them as much.
I mean, that would have to be a specific type of kid. It could be possible. It could be very possible. But I mean, like, if your kid, if they're, number one, if they're that young, they usually don't think that way. If you do it too long, then they might start thinking that way. That's an argument. But also, it's all like, if your kid can't understand that your mom wanted you to have some fun when you were younger, then there's probably some other stuff that needs to work on a kid.
Right. Well, so my mind goes to, so you want them to have fun, so you tease them about Santa, and then you want them to be good, so you tease them about God. And so then the correlation is the same. But like, well, my parents wanted me to have fun, so they taught me about Santa. They want me to be good, so they taught me about God. So probably both of them are false. They're just means to an end for my parents. Yeah,
but that's a shallow way of looking at it.
It is a shallow, but it's
possible.
Kids' brains, especially early on, are just
so
get
adaptable.
Wired certain things.
Yeah, no, I said, it just depends on the kid. I'm just talking from experience. I believe in God full-heartedly. I don't believe in Santa. I was told at 3 or 4, I started to not believe it, and they were like, yeah, no, we were just having fun. And it was just something simple for me. But maybe, yeah. So I could see there's a possibility of a kid.
Maybe it has affected you and you didn't even realize.
If it did, then it turned out pretty good. Because I
maybe
feel
your
like
depth of faith could be more if it wasn't for Santa.
I think I could work on some elements, but I don't think faith is an issue for me. There's zero doubt in my mind that God exists. It's more of a habit thing. It's more of a structure that I need to find. It's more
I'm giving you a hard
No, I know you are, but I'm just saying, like, faith is not a thing I struggle with. I've never doubted in my mind that it doesn't exist. Well, logically, it doesn't make any sense for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just to each his own.
But faith is more than just belief that God exists. It's also trusting God.
No, yeah, yeah.
What he says,
for
right?
sure. I mean, there's things I'm not perfect and I need to work on.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
I'm
but
just,
I mean, like, when it comes to things that I need to work on, it's definitely more of a habit forming. I need to force myself to be more responsible and more, pursuing. That's more my struggles than the, which is probably everyone's got their thing.
Nobody's perfect. Going back to Elon Muskies, dude.
Somehow we went on a giant Santa Claus tangent.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Did you see that AI video that came out with the smelling Elon's Musk?
Was that the song?
It was this. Oh, I showed
you showed
it to
me
you.
this song. Yeah. That was so weird. The song was great. The visuals made no sense to me.
Yeah, it's just like cat girls, anime cat girls, and
lots of rockets.
It was trippy.
Yeah, it definitely looked like someone was on some
something.
It was a shroom video, dude. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. But yeah.
Christmas, dude. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, a little fun Santa Claus.
Scrooge over here, dude.
I wouldn't say Scrooge. I mean, like, you made some decent points. I just think it's additive with things. I don't think everything is just one-dimensional. I think...
No, black and white. That's it.
That'd be a crappy world if everything's black and white. Imagine how basic everything would be.
Dude, I like color.
I like color, dude.
I like shades of gray.
How many shades of gray?
50.
Awkward. Woo. Poor Heidi.
She likes it more.
It's actually she's the one.
She's the one.
She's the 50 Shades.
She's like, hey, babe, you're black and white. I need some more gray.
I need some more gray.
Particularly 50 of them.
50 of them. You're like, damn it.
Okay, I'll
now
learn.
You're locked into this thing.
Now we've got all these toys and things that, like
in that small trailer,
a dungeee.
Where's the dungeee?
I'm not telling you.
It's like in one of your little lofts. It's like this.
We've
big.
got a storage shed.
We got
storage.
Where's your storage?
We got a storage.
It's cold in
there. We're joking, by the way.
Obvious.
I'm sorry, wifey.
I'm sorry. Well, she probably won't get that far. It's a long ass podcast. But
I'm clipping this.
Oh yeah. 7 clips. Santa Claus clip.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
No, apparently not.
Santa Claus is coming in 50 Shades.
There's an idea. 50 Shades of Santa Claus.
Coming.
We should name that the podcast 50 Shades of Santa.
Dude, that would go down well with the YouTube algorithm.
I mean, it would be clickbaity, but it's also like discussing the children.
Santa Claus in lingerie.
Well, no, 50 Shades is a movie, but like the gray is different elements of all the pros and cons, right? So I mean,
I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know.
50 Shades of Grey is about creepy sex stuff, but it's also about gray is not black and white. It's about finding the in depth of, is it bad? Is it good? Is it, that's the whole point of the show and why it's called 50 Shades. It doesn't mean sex.
Have you seen it?
I know about it. I have not seen
it.
I've never seen it.
Did you watch it?
I have not. Honestly, I would tell you if I've watched it. I have not seen the movie. No.
You watched it?
No. Honestly,
read it?
I've never watched it.
You read the book?
I don't read. I don't read anything, dude. I listen to audiobooks, but no. I just know a little bit about it. So, just from
I've heard things
online
too.
videos and stuff like crappy talking about it.
Same.
50 Shades of Santa.
50 Shades. 50 Shades of Santa.
It would fit though. It kind of fit.
Santa and his elves.
It would kind of fit if you think about it.
Because of his elves?
No, just because of the gray. The gray elements of believing and not believing in Santa. The 50 Shades. That's what gray means. That's what gray means. The wanky, like.
Probably shouldn't talk about the elves because of the whole Epstein
We didn't talk about. You have to think real hard to find that correlation, but it's pretty funny. That's a good one.
Oh man.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's not Christmas yet, but
Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa.
Happy New Year's.
New Year's.
All the holidays to come. This is Dudeman Duos, and I think I'm calling it.
Dudeman Duos out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.